Hello, this is Matt with Long and Foster Insurance here to talk with you today about the differences between HMS and 210 home warranties. Before we even get into price, one of the big things that I want to talk about is that what we want to kind of compare these two warranties when we look at them is because 210 is now offering their Supreme Protection just standard, it's going to match a lot more with the Premier upgrade with HMS. When you kind of compare the two together as far as basic goes with HMS, I mean, 210 is offering a whole hell of a lot more coverage. So a lot of times when I'm going to talk and compare, the big thing you want to keep in mind is that the basic policy for 210 now matches and lines up a lot more with the HMS Premier upgrade. So standard 210 right now is at $589 with an $89 service fee. HMS is at $549 with a $100 service fee. But with the Premier upgrade, that brings it up to $649. And again, that's really kind of where you should start to compare them as far as product goes, because of the amount of coverage that's being offered through the 210 product. Condos are going to be a little bit less expensive with HMS, so that's at $519 for condos and townhouses, where 210 is now at $569. But at the same time, too, again, if you're going to compare it with the Premier upgrade, that's going to put you at $620. So you're comparing $620 to $569. Both companies now offer no limit on the number of HVAC units. 210 used to basically put it at 2 units. HMS always had unlimited. Both companies are offering unlimited HVACs. 210's also Supreme Protection. The big thing that you want to know, kind of comparing it with the Premier upgrade, so there is a difference in price, and where you're going to kind of find the nuance within that is the fact that modifications of ductwork or a unit or an HVAC unit or a gas line or a water line with a hot water heater, which is where we see a lot of those out-of-pocket expenses. Right now, those modifications it's covered for up to $250 with 210, where with the HMS Premier upgrade, it's up to $1,000. So again, that's a difference there, but at the same time too, I think it's a lot easier to kind of offer the 210 and explain the coverage the client's going to get. It's a little bit harder to explain kind of why that extra $100 is worth it with an HMS. And again, hopefully what this will do is it'll kind of mitigate clients who are in a situation where they're like, well, I wanted the Premier upgrade, or I didn't know I was needed to purchase this extra protection in order to be in a situation where you're covered for this. Hopefully you'll be in a situation where it'll mitigate that. The other thing that we've seen a lot of out-of-pocket expenses on is disposal, especially of hot water heaters, as well as coils. So those are covered under the HMS package, again, up to the $1,000 with uncovered items on a covered claim, but they're unlimited on 210. So that's something to think about as well too. So the big thing you kind of want to look at is that $589 price tag versus that $649 price tag. Kind of where are we and what's it worth, and is it easier to kind of explain that when you're in the home as well too. The other thing that I want to talk about is the kind of just exclusive coverages. So 210 is now offering ice maker, refrigerant, and those are basically standard within their warranty. Those are something that HMS does not cover. There's also a 1, 2, 3 appliance guarantee, which means that if an appliance breaks on the third time, they will go ahead and replace that item or that appliance. That does not cover HVACs, but at the same time too, that's with appliances. And 210 also is the only one that exclusively offers roof leak coverage. HMS right now, they're the only ones who provide that Premier upgrade, so that $1,000 that you can purchase. But again, I think with the new product with 210, that's kind of mitigating and kind of cutting into the value of that. And the other thing they offer is a homeowner's reimbursement of a homeowner's deductible up to $1,000, which I don't think a lot of clients know about as well either. So when you're kind of looking at the two products, I think the biggest thing is price and simplicity. So, you know, the price tag on 210 is a little bit lower. It is easier to explain in the home. I know at the end of the day, everything comes down to service. To hearing 210 talk, that is one of the things that they really want to be in a situation where they get feedback on from realtors. They want to know about, you know, service providers you guys are in a situation where you like working with, so we can kind of submit that. I know, so that's something in order to kind of look at too. I know as far as service goes, the service is only as good as the person who comes in the home in order to service that individual client. But at the same time too, you know, that is something that we're going to kind of look at and see down along the line, is what does the service look kind of from area to area, and are the warranty companies kind of living up to that as well too. So that's all I got. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, please don't hesitate to reach out. But I hope this sheds some light on kind of the differences between the two products. Bye.